are so expensive to run nowadays that they need more kids who aren't on scholarship because they need more money. And now we're in this interesting predicament where we've forced every kid for the past 25, 30 years to go to college. And people are like, I can't even get into this college, and I've got a great resume, and I have no scholarship, no financial aid, anything. And what am I supposed to do? So I think I just went off a tangent there, but I think there's just so much towards kind of getting this on track on those three facets. And I think the last year has shown that it's definitely happening. It's just a matter of when does it happen? When do we move it forward? And is it the right way forward? And I think that's why people are so nervous about politics right now, because we have no idea the direction for the most part of where we're going. And that scares people. I mean,
it does.
You wake up every morning, you want to know where you're going, what you're doing with your day. And when you feel like you don't know in general where the country is going, a place where you live and support and believe and think is protecting you, it makes you reconsider a few things.
Yeah, and I think it really is one of those distractions that then makes us double down on what is my kid doing in school is as good as somebody else's. What is my kid doing in sports is as good as somebody else's. How am I doing at work? My title, is it as good as somebody else? Because I didn't think the conversation was going to go there, but I do think that is part of it as I reflect now that you realize there's nothing I can do for the big picture, so I better, look at what's going on in my zip code. And we really are dependent on each other, and that is, again, the beauty of when you get into, you only need 1 in 5, when I say good, the kind that really connect with you, supervisors, teachers, coaches. That's how powerful it is. We know they all can't be that way. They're all working towards that, but that's the magic of it. And it really is, we can see what it's done for you. I know what it's done for me. I see daily what it's doing for my kids. And like I said, between 13 and 20, I see all, among the 4 girls, I see each stage taking place.
Right.
And whether it's, again, and it varies between the influence of being a teacher, some type of mentor, just some other experience or a coach, but they haven't gotten into the bigger world of what's really controlling things, and that is why I'm so glad what you're doing, because there's some glass ceilings that for some people say that I was taught to do things a certain way, they got what they should out of school and sports. But the politics put up some roadblocks that just don't need to be there. And I think that we should come back definitely. I'm starting a new podcast series that will be called Playing the Gray. And that is to get on a topic where we're not going to debate, but there isn't exactly a yes or a no, or it's, well, yes and no. And we'll get into those for about 30 minutes because I think you and I talked about probably 13 things on this show. But that's the beauty of it, is to, okay, now it's out there. Can we just talk about one and just see, from a few perspectives?
See where it goes.
Yeah, so I definitely looking forward to having you and others with MAP to come on. Because,
for sure, thank you.
Yeah, because it is such a, we got into a lot of stuff, and there wasn't anything that should have made anybody cringe. There shouldn't have been anything that made anybody say, no, that's not what my side thinks. Yet we were talking some pretty powerful stuff. Without demonizing anybody or sugarcoating.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment for you and I. That's not easy nowadays. So thank you for guiding me.
Yeah, but that's where we need to be. Is you can say blunt things without knocking somebody out. It's like, no, that's just what it is. That's the fact. But I'm not, here to deliver it with a forceful blow. So, you asked me, did we ever go long on the show? And I said, only when it's worth it. And we're going long here because
Thank you.
It is. These are some really cool things. So, Wyatt, again, MAP with the Modern American Party. It's themodamerican.com. Check them out because it really is it's a cool thing. To be honest, whether you interact, people are listening, whether you choose to interact them directly or not, it's a pretty cool idea that, again, not 18, not 58, they're 28, and any sports psychologist will also tell you that's pretty much about the age we really get our stuff together. That's really where we. It really is. That's really where we begin to kind of peak, that combination of some understanding and energy. So that's also what I find very exciting about what you and Jane are doing. So we're going to end the show here at this point, and I just want to again thank you so much for being on the show, and hope to talk again.
Thank you, Dave. It's awesome, and I appreciate you chasing me around and making this happen, and you're a big supporter here, so keep it up, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Thanks for the time.
Thanks a lot, Wyatt. Hey, everybody.
Bye, Dave.
Have a great night. We'll talk to you next week.
All alone, I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. So it started out for God knows where. I guess I'll know when I get there.